Greetings and welcome to my video. My name is Dr. Jeanette DeWitt. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and a homeschool mom of two teenager daughters. We've been using study.com as our homeschool curriculum since 2022. Back, my girls must have been eighth grade and sixth grade. Now they're a junior and freshman. So we've been with study.com for a couple years here. And now they're taking both homeschool high school and college classes through the College Saver program with study.com. In today's video, I actually want to share with you how study.com has been especially helpful for my youngest daughter who has ADHD. Study.com has allowed her to learn at her own pace while building confidence and independence. To give a little bit of background, my youngest daughter has always been a very visual and hands on learner. That learning style developed early on and has stayed consistent as she's grown. She learns best when she can see information, interact with it, and revisit it as needed. Traditional classroom settings and even some online programs can be very challenging for her because they rely heavily on auditory instruction delivered one time at one pace and with little flexibility. So, a big question for my husband and I when we were choosing a homeschool curriculum was how do we support our daughter as a visual learner with ADHD in a virtual environment without overwhelming her? Today, she's a thriving teenager who's very involved in extracurricular activities. She has church events, vocal lessons, and competitive color guard. Always playing with that flag, right? Her schedule is full and her attention and energy fluctuate throughout the day, just like many teens with ADHD. So, flexibility and personalization aren't an option for us, they're absolutely essential. This is where study.com has made a huge video, has made a huge difference. And I want to show you in this video. So, this is going to be her next course, this History 103 US History. Now, she is taking this as a college class. She has to take US history to meet the state requirements for homeschool social studies and history. So, why not take it as a college level and earn 3 credits of ACE credits? What I love about study.com is if we go into a section here or a lesson, the videos are short segments. And this is perfect for micro learning. Instead of long lectures, the information is broken down into manageable chunks. My daughter can watch and listen to the lesson, and this is key. She can replay the video as often and as many times as she needs to. If something doesn't click the first time, she simply watches it again. There's no pressure and there's no falling behind in a class. In addition to the videos, study.com provides a written transcript for every lesson. So now she can watch the video and follow along with the written transcript. She can even just read the transcript as well, and that can be printed off if we want to do offline learning instead of online. So what she often does is reads through the transcript, highlights the key points, and then takes notes while watching the video or after. This is really, really good because being able to see the information in writing alongside the video helps reinforce understanding in a way that only an auditory experience would not provide. The other thing that I like about study.com is that she has quizzes and she can ask for help or look up help resources. And these quizzes and these chapter tests help her to build confidence as she goes. These aren't high pressure assessments, they're learning tools. The quizzes reinforce what she's learned, and the chapter tests help her prepare for the final exam. For courses that include writing assignments, she gets hands on experience organizing her thoughts and following a clear rubric. That That structure is especially helpful for students with ADHD because expectations are clearly defined. So let's go down and I'll show you what that looks like. So here you can see all the lessons in history, and then you can see the required assignments. And what's nice, like I mentioned, is that he can read what's expected of her in this assignment and what lessons she can refer to bring information into her assignment. And then she can look at what is appropriate if she wants to use AI to help with the assignment. And it goes through the clear use of what is allowed for AI. And then it gives a clear grading rubric so she can go through and meet all the requirements to exceed and perform at her best. Now, one of the most exciting outcomes of her being able to be part of the College Saver program has been her motivation. So, as an eighth grader, she earned 6 ACE college credits towards a bachelor degree in business hospitality management. We are currently using a partnered school of study.com, Bellevue University, because her long term goal is to work for Disney. And knowing that these courses directly support that dream of working for Disney has completely changed her mindset. She's not just doing school, she's working towards something meaningful in her future career. The courses are engaging and challenging, but because she's able to move at her own pace, she's learning with confidence instead of frustration. She's also learning how to prioritize her time around her extracurricular activities, which is a huge life skill. And to come back up here and go back to the beginning of that course. Now, another major benefit of study.com is that it allows her to meet both the homeschool, high school, and college degree requirements at the same time. So, as I mentioned earlier, she's taking History 103. She has to take that to meet the state requirements as a homeschooler, and it's part of her general education requirements towards her bachelor's degree. So, she can earn these 3 transferable credits in study.com and then transfer them over to Bellevue University towards her actual bachelor's degree. So when we look at this history course, it's going to count for both high school and college. This is one of the biggest benefits for her personally because she's able to structure her school day in a way that works for her brain while meeting those requirements. What she has explained to me is that she works on her most challenging subjects earlier in the morning when she's more focused, and then she sets time limits for each course instead of forcing herself to sit indefinitely. If she stays on track during the day, she doesn't have homework. If she gets behind, she takes a break and comes back to it later, just like any other teenager. Sometimes she adjusts during the week or catches up on weekends, and that flexibility has been empowering instead of discouraging. Now, the big picture takeaway here is that study.com has been a blessing for our family because it allows our daughter to learn in a way that honors her learning style while still meeting rigorous academic standards. She's going she's gaining independence, confidence, and real college credit without being overwhelmed or micromanaged. If you're homeschooling a student with ADHD or a strong visual learning style, study.com may be a great option to explore. Be sure to check out the video description or my bio for my referral link, which gives you a discount on your first month with study.com. And thanks so much for watching.